Okay, ROI explained. You'll see this in various property sort of discussions and forums, the term ROI. This means return on investment. Specifically, it normally refers to an annual return, and I like to use the version which is a cash-on-cash return. So that's more of a real picture of what you're getting back and what you're putting in. So yield, as with the other video, is a kind of gross calculation, which means the gross rent you're getting divided by the gross cost of the property times by 100 to get a percentage. That only gives you like a ratio of the rent to the purchase price of the house. Return on investment, cash-on-cash return, is a much better calculation to give you a picture of what you're going to get back for the money you're going to put in. Why? Because it is a net calculation. So it is the net rent that you get, so minus all costs. So if somebody pays £400 rent a month, you take off management costs of 10% and maintenance costs of say 10%, plus take off your mortgage cost if you use a mortgage, plus your building insurance, and you get a net return which may only be like £150 out of 400. So you times it by 12, you get your yearly net return, and that's what you use for the first part of the calculation. You divide that by the net you've put in, so not the purchase price of the property, that's just the gross amount you paid. You might have used a mortgage for that, you might have finance costs, you might have a builder that you paid to do the property up. All of them things come into it, so you may be left with, like, let's say £15,000 in the property for a deposit and costs on a house that may be worth 60,000 or something like that. So you wouldn't use 60,000 for the net for the net amount you put in. It would only be 15,000 because that's what you've actually had to get in your hand and put into the property when all is said and done. There is other calculations we can do whereby you refinance the property and reduce this amount you put in, which I'll tell you about later. That obviously means that your return will be better. But in this occasion, ROI means return on investment, which is normally yearly, and it's cash on cash. So the net amount that you earn per year, so the rent minus all costs, divided by the net amount left in the property after you've, say, got a mortgage, or including the costs or including build costs. And then you obviously times that by 100 to get a percentage. Typical good return on investments are 50%, anywhere above 33%, that means you get it back in 3 years, for example. Anywhere above 25% is okay, you get all your money back in 4 years. So that gives you a good picture. I wouldn't go below 20 in property, but it's up to each person.